All right, so this is a standard volume flow rate problem. We've got water flowing through a pipe, and we are given the volume flow rate, right? We are given the area, and then the area again, and we're asked velocity. So again, this is one of those problems where you can either remember the equation when you're dealing with volume flow rate, or you can look at the numbers that you're given and try to recall the equation that relates these three numbers together. Or actually, we're dealing with four numbers, right? Because the answer has an additional number. And so Q is equal to velocity times area. That is to say, velocity of the fluid times the cross-sectional area that we're dealing with, right? And so to start with, we want to figure out the velocity of the water in the narrower section of the pipe, right? And so if we're told that the water is always going to have a constant volume flow rate, then really we don't actually care about the area at the beginning of the pipe. We only care about the area in the narrower part of the pipe. We only care about the area where we're being asked the velocity, right? So if Q is 0.03 cubic meters per second, then it's going to be equal to velocity times the area of 0.02 square meters, right? So again, we could write out units, and if you're a little bit confused on the problem, I would generally recommend you write out units. Otherwise, I think just the best thing to do is just to check these and make sure that the units match, right? So we're dealing with cubic meters per second, square meters, and then the answers are in meters per second. So we know the units match, so we don't really need to write them out. But again, if it helps you to write them out, and if you're getting confused without them, then you're better off taking a little bit more time to make sure you get the question right. But I'm not going to write out the units. So this is what we're dealing with now, and then we just divide this by 0.02, right? And again, we can always cancel out zeros. So now this is 3 divided by 2, and the answer is going to be 1.5 is equal to the velocity, right? And that's 1.5 meters per second. And so the correct answer here is B. Again, I think a fairly quick and fairly straightforward problem. We just have to really recall the equation. And once we do, we get the answer, I think, fairly easily.